I'm Juanita, and this is Rocky, aka Joe Rocafoco Balboa is his full name when he's in trouble, and Dingus Pete when he's done something stupid. You can sit down. That's it. That's a good boy. He has had some health concerns of late, so when All Custom reached out to me and said, "We'd like to send you a mug," I thought, cool. I love a mug. I drink a lot of coffee. We all know I drink a lot of coffee. Hey, I do drink a lot of coffee. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And he does steal the show on more than the odd occasion on this channel. So I looked at their options. They've got some really cute Mother's Day mugs. But then I saw this one and I was like, this is the one. This is the one. Did you see that? You've got no concept of vision, do you? Just none whatsoever. So on this side, what we've got is me and Rocky wearing our cardies, and it says Rocky, and on the other side we've got me and Rocky wearing our cardies, and doesn't that look sweet? So I will link them down below because they have graciously sent this to me, and I am currently working on remodeling this granny cardigan for dogs because he does need more neck coverage, don't you? Yeah, you've got schmutz on your face, don't you? You just don't even care. The people are going to see you and they're just going to love you no matter what. So I am working on remodeling this here. But what I thought we'd do today is we would crochet some coasters that are animal themed to go with this mug here from All Custom. I will link them down below because if that's not the most adorable mug there ever was, I don't know. And at some point, he is a very old boy. For those of you who don't know, he is essentially a rescue. He was given to me by the breeder because he was the only pup that survived from his mum, and he had to be resuscitated at birth. So he's not all there. You're beautiful. Yes, you are. And he is the most lovely dog in the world, but he does have a couple of neurological conditions that have shown up more in his old age. And he is a very old boy. So the fact that I now have his visage in our cardies on a mug does actually mean the world to me, because as I've said many times before, I do often worry that this is going to be his last winter or anything like that. So I don't want it to be, but you are a very senior boy, aren't you? Yes, you're a very senior boy. Right, let's get to making some coasters, because I love a mug, but I am also a little bit useless and I do spill a lot of things. So what you're going to need is a crochet hook and some 100% cotton yarn, and you will want those to match. I'm using Lily Sugar and Cream and a 5mm crochet hook for the one that we're going to demonstrate. I've made one and I've designed one, so let's have a look, and I will link All Custom down below. Yes, you're such a good boy. Yes, you are. Are you wiping your breakfast on my face? You just want it to be patted with all the hands, don't you? He is a very good boy. Yes. Honestly, this is the kind of treatment that I would like more of. Oh, you're such a good boy. And he matches his mug. And now he's going to either go off for a nap or go off to explore something. But he's a lovely dog. He's the best dog. Right, so I'm using Lily Sugar and Cream, and I think it's a 5mm hook, or it's a 5.5mm hook. Here I'm just making the animal paw print coaster. I'm not putting in a tutorial because, as you'll see, basically every time I got somewhere I thought, well, I'm just going to undo it and see how it goes, and then I tried a different pattern, and then I hated it, and then I tried a different pattern, and in the end I just went for it and made what I thought looked like an animal print, because mostly I was doing this frogging the whole way through. But I haven't written up this pattern because I'm not particularly happy with it. I'm not sure that it makes a lot of sense with all the frogging and unfrogging, and so one day you might see this pattern, but for right now, you can just watch me constantly struggle and just try and take it all apart, because that's basically what I mean. The shape looks good, but it's really not. It's not pattern worthy at this point. It'll come along at some point. However, the one that I am happy with is my cat butt coaster. Because there's nothing better than putting a cup on top of a cat's butt when you're a dog fan, right? Start with 8 single crochet in a magic loop or a magic circle, whatever you want to call it. Then what we're going to do is we're going to increase into every one of these stitches. That's going to take us to 16 stitches all the way around. So when you're doing amigurumi, obviously you start with a 6 and it sort of creates a ball, but if you want something flat, it's an 8. So by our third round, we're up to 24 stitches, because now we're doing 1 single crochet followed by an increase. When we get to our next row, you can guess it, 2 single crochet and an increase, and that's going to give us 32 stitches in the round. It's a little bit octagonal at this point, but it doesn't actually bother me, is the whole thing. Then we're going to do 3 single crochet and an increase. This is getting us up to the size of a pretty good mug, to be honest. We're getting there. You'll know if you look at your own mug. Right, so 4 single crochet and an increase just gets us away from that starting point. Then what we're going to do is we're going to chain 10. In the second chain from the hook, what we're going to do is to come back down the other side of the tail, and we're going to do a single crochet. Then we're going to do 2 increases. That's going to give us a bit of a twist. Then we're going to come down that tail a little bit further, and we're going to do crochet 3 together when we get to the base. If you want your coaster to be larger, you can just put another row of increases around the outside of your coaster. Just remember that this time you're up to a 5 crochet and then an increase in order to keep the round shape. And as you go around the tail, just make sure you do some increases around the tip and you do a decrease when you get to the bend. Right, so here we've got the cat butt coaster. What I am planning on doing is crocheting a wee glow-in-the-dark X on the cat butt coaster. And here's my paw print coaster that I made earlier, both hanging out with my rocky mug. So I will link the pattern for this one. Well, actually, the tutorial for this one's going to be included in this video, and I will link some samples of this one because I haven't filmed a tutorial for this one. It's not exactly following a pattern, but there are patterns for this available. And now I'm just going to put a glow-in-the-dark butthole on this mug, because putting my dog mug on a cat coaster, well, a dog butt coaster really as well, is kind of hilarious to me. In the meantime, thank you All Custom for this mug. It's a very lovely keepsake, and I would totally recommend them to anybody.